All right, guys, it's Mythbuster time. So I don't know if you guys have been seeing what's out there on, I don't know, YouTube, Facebook, all those things. Probably Instagram and TikTok, probably everywhere. But what I've seen it, I think, is probably YouTube, where they take a leaf, just a single leaf of a hydrangea, and make it grow roots, and then plant a plant from that. So with all this AI generated content that's out there, it just really has me curious. And I know hydrangeas can be rooted from single node cuttings. That's the way I do it 90% of the time, is from a single node. But a single leaf with no node, I just don't know. And so I'm about to find out. And if you follow along with this video, you're going to find out too, because I'm going to take you from today, sticking these in some soil, all the way to, if it makes roots, to that day too. And, you know, we'll see what goes from there. So anyhow, I'm going to pick a few leaves off of here. And I will say this. All the ones that I saw, those video clips, were nice thick leaves. So see how nice thick this leaf is? Let me, compared to like a limelight hydrangea, I'm gonna go get a limelight hydrangea leaf and show you that. Hold on. Okay, so just to compare, this is this Pop Star variety hydrangea I took this nice thick leaf off of. This here is a limelight hydrangea. They're a different kind of hydrangea. So you see how thin and floppy this is compared to this? That's a nice thick, kind of robust kind of a leaf. So my theory is that since that's all I'm seeing them do, that's going to be the better option. So maybe I should do both in this experiment. Maybe I should do some limelights along with this here. I'll do that. I'll just do that. Then we'll see, do kind of a double experiment. See if anything works and see if they both work. How's that? So anyhow, let me go ahead and pop a few leaves off this and get this out of the way. Okay, so I'm going to use what I use for just about everything, and that is these 50 cell plug trays. You can see they're 3 inches deep, and they've got, you know, pretty nice amount of space in there. And I get do a lot of cuttings. That's what you see most of these cuttings here. Most of those are done in the 50 cell tray there. So anyhow, let me go ahead and get some soil in there. And what I'm going to use for that is this seed starting mix, because it's kind of nice and fine. Let's see if we can get down there. I always like to loosen it up. I got this little scratcher. I like to loosen it up because it sits a lot. It doesn't get a whole lot of use unless it's seed starting season. So kind of gets packed in there, so I like to loosen it up a little bit. So we'll go ahead and get that filled up with that. All right, so what I'm seeing people doing a lot is putting them in like a piece of fruit or something. And I've actually seen, I think, aloe vera as well. So I'm going to cut, we got this little piece of aloe vera that I was using for my last video, doing some cuttings. And so I'm going to just cut a little chunk, maybe let me see here, chunk about that size. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take a leaf, just kind of stick it down in there, get that down in there, and then set it in the tray there, or in the spot. So I don't know, this is going to be, I'm not sure, I've never done this before, so I'm trying to kind of see how it's going to go. Kind of fill that aloe vera up there. And I'll do a few of them here, and then I'll kind of give you a little closer up what I'm doing. So sticking that down in that aloe vera, just down in there, like they're doing, like everybody else does. I probably shouldn't have filled this tray up quite so much. There we go. I don't know. But anyhow, and I did pick different sizes of leaves, and I got some, well, some of them were like kind of old and whatnot, so I'm going to cut the, do like half leaves on some of them. You know, why not? I've seen that as well. So, but first of all, I got to go get some more aloe vera. All right, so I think I'm going to cut these in a little bit smaller pieces because that was a little bit difficult to get in there. So I'm going to go about, looks like that was about 3/4 of an inch there, and then I'm going to cut that into 3 pieces instead of just 2. And let's try that and see how that does. Go ahead and stick that leaf down in there. Well, I'm about going to have to poke it with something. Take a pencil and poke a hole in there for that to fit. All right, so now let's see how we go. Okay, so now that fits in there good. That's good. Get you back over here. Now I noticed that several of the different people I've seen do it, they tilt the leaf back and then a new shoot comes up from in front of that. So that's what I'm doing with these. Tilting them back just a little bit, poking a hole in it so it fits good. Put that in there. Can you see? You can't see. Wouldn't that be cool if this actually works? I mean, man, that would be so cool. Be able to not only, because you know, a lot of times you just pull the leaves off and throw those away when you're doing your cuttings. I don't know. I'm just pretty. I guess I'm torn between will it work or will it not work. So some of these they got dry, crusty around the other. I'm going to trim those ones back because I feel like that's going to be a better chance of that working right there. Yeah, these really big ones, I just feel like they just need trimmed back. Maybe a couple of them I'll do, but I feel like they'll work better the other way. I'm putting it in the aloe vera. Down in that, and I found this little metal blind piece that I'm using to kind of try to get it to where I can dig back in there. So on those shorts that you see them doing, you never see them talking. You never see them telling you what they're putting it in. The one thing I did see, I mean, I've seen it look like a pear, look like a peach, look all kinds of weird things, but I did see one that did look like aloe vera. So that's what I've got. I know aloe vera is a good rooting hormone or rooting, so I thought that'd be a good thing, good option. But yeah, so that's kind of why I want to kind of explain what I'm doing along, because don't you just hate those when they just do boom, 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 and it's done, and they didn't tell you what you did, they did, and it just looked like, yeah, I don't know if that's real. So anyhow, we'll see. This will be for real, even if it doesn't work. And just because I want to make sure that I have the environment correct, I did take one cutting of an actual cutting off there. Of course, I got to cut that flower part off, cut that off. I'm going to do one actual cutting, and let me go ahead and do that in a rooting hormone aloe vera as well, and get that in there. So I'm putting that right there on that second row. So if that doesn't grow, we know there was something messed up with my my environment for them. So if it does grow, we know, oh well, the environment was okay. Maybe I'll put one over it kind of towards the middle of the trays. That way the whole tray is kind of covered with good so I'll get one more cutting of that variety, or yeah, the same variety as those leaves are. I feel like they're using the fruit or whatever that they're putting it in, because they never tell you, they don't explain anything. But anyhow, I feel like what they're doing, for if this is real, but I feel like that moisture from that fruit is what's the advantage of that. And of course, with this aloe vera, that'll be the same as well. So that's a pretty nice big leaf. I'm going to see if I can stick that whole leaf. I'll just have to stick it a little bit straighter up so to get it to stand. You see, they're already starting to wilt from sitting out. So yeah, no, I was going to try to let that one go full, but I'm going to go ahead and trim it back because it's already wilting. And you see, I've been getting all different sizes and shapes of leaves. So I've got all the different options, whatever's going to work best. Okay, so, I just happened to think as I was cutting this top off of this leaf, I'm like, I saw one video where they actually did the top half of the leaf, and it showed roots. Now, whether those are AI generated roots or they super glued them on afterwards and pulled it out, I don't know. But anyhow, so I'm going to do a couple of them, like maybe a row of them that's like this, the top half of the leaf. So let me do that. Flip you back around and do that. Okay, so now here in this middle spot, I'm going to go ahead and do another actual cutting in the aloe vera. See if I can poke that. Yeah, I was able to poke that down in there. All right, so that's an actual cutting right there. One actual cutting over there, one here, and then the rest are all leaves. Now this next row, this whole next row, which is 1, 2, 3, the fourth row from this end over here, fourth row from over here. All right, so there's the half leaf. We try to get that in there. All right. So I got that in there. Now let's see if I can get that. Oh, that's not even going to fit in the Let me see. I'm going to have to go kind of sideways, catty corner ways with that. That's fine. I got that in there. Now I'll put some extra soil in around it. Cut the top half of the leaf. Man, I feel like I could use the bottom half and the top half now. So anyhow, let me go ahead and trying to cut this. Cutting a slot in it so I can get it to go in there. All right. A little bit tricky getting it in there, but hey, there we go. Uh-oh. All right, so now I've got another full cutting, actual cutting, and this has got several nodes, 1, 2, 3, like four good nodes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that one as well. Let me poke a hole in there. I feel like putting this aloe vera in here can't be a bad idea. So what they're doing there seems right. I got 4 more spots here, and then in these other 2 rows here, I'll put some limelights. That way we can kind of compare. Okay, so now I'm going to go get some limelight leaves. I have 10 spaces, so I'll do maybe 2 cuttings and then the rest leaves. So let me go grab some of that. Okay, so I grabbed about 7 or 8 inch long piece that I'll get 2 cuttings out of the stem, and then I grabbed a couple leaves, and then of course the leaves that are on this. So first I'm going to go ahead and do the cuttings. That way I'll get the leaves off of here. I'll take the bottom 2 leaves off, and then I'll cut that there, above there. So this will be my first bottom cutting, and I'm going to cut the leaves in half anyhow, so let me go ahead and save those, right? We never save those. If this ends up working, we're going to save all those. All the good ones anyhow, right? Let me cut the other leaf. Okay, so now here's what I've got. Got it cut, and that's got a little bit of a bug damage or something there, but it's going to be fine. All right, so now grab a little piece of this aloe vera. I got them cut up into chunks. I need to go get some more too. Anyhow, I got that there ready to stick. Let me flip you back around. Okay, so I've got the cutting here, and put the cutting over here. Actually, next to that the cutting that's in that next of the other variety. Put that straight down in there. Now I believe that these cuttings are going to grow. That's a wonderful atmosphere for these cuttings to grow. So if these cuttings don't grow, I'll be really, really surprised. We'll just say that. All right, so then I've got the top half cut off, the ones that I cut off of these. I might as well go ahead and just use that. Go ahead and cut that aloe vera so it will fit in there. This is the bottom, it's kind of dried up, but it's wet. Got some good moistness there. I feel like that's going to be just fine. If I can get that in there. See, these leaves are way flimsier than that other variety. And that's what I was talking about in the beginning. See how hard I'm having to get that in there? It's just not very stiff. They're really, really flimsy. Maybe this dried up piece of aloe vera is not the best one. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and put that down in there. Okay. I've got another bottom piece of the aloe vera, but that's okay. I mean, I'm going to waste all my aloe vera plants. Cut that. I'm going to cut that a little deeper this time. Maybe it'll make it easier to get that in there. All right, man. Yeah, it's a little trickier. For sure, for sure. Okay, so I got that whole tray potted up. I got 10 limelights and then 40 of the other ones, which I can't remember the name offhand. But anyhow, so I'm gonna label those after I get done talking to you guys, and then set them under my mist system and let them just sit. Now, quite often I'm out here doing my nursery just every day things, and I'll tend to things, and if I see like dead leaves, I'll pull them off and stuff. So I'll try to not do that without getting the camera out and you know, and doing updating on all of this so that we can see the whole entire process. And I feel like this video needs to be like a little mini series, because I'd really like to show you the whole beginning, from the beginning all the way to the end in one video, but to show you all the details of what I'm doing, man, it got kind of long, and nobody likes to watch long videos, it seems. So anyhow, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and post this, and the next one will be an update from this. So anyhow, make sure you get out there and get your thumbs brown. Man, that's almost black today. That aloe vera made it really stick really good. Anyhow, get your thumbs brown, get out there, propagate something, have some fun playing in the dirt, and I'll catch you on the south side. God bless.